Palo Alto Firewall, what are the devices they offer, and how exactly it works. And once you complete Palo Alto, what are the opportunities that you will be having in terms of Palo Alto products. And also you will understand, or you will have an insight that how exactly the networks are right now in this particular current trending world. Okay, so that we are going to discuss in this particular session. And also I just wanted to update that I'm starting a weekdays batch and weekend batch. So if you guys have not watched my previous session, it is uploaded on YouTube. You can watch that. That is a demo session that you can go through. It was uploaded on Thursday. So you can go through. If you have not gone through, if you are attending for the first time, that is fine. You can just go through after this particular session. Okay, so you will have more idea on it. And this is a weekend batch, guys. So it will be on Saturday and Sunday, and that will be the weekdays will be Monday to Friday. Okay. And one more information, weekdays will be 1.5 hours daily, Monday to Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, it will be from 10 to 1, which is 3 hours, Saturday, Sunday, weekdays, weekend batch. Okay. So let's try and share my screen and we can start off, guys. Just give me a minute.
And it will go for how many months?
See, the weekdays.
Weekend one.
So weekend one will be going for mostly 2 months. That is a
Okay.
maximum. Yeah, it will be going
Thank you.
more than that.
So we will finish in October.
Yes, most probably.
So it's basically covered advanced level of course, or how it is? It's a
We are going to cover the PCNSC. Okay. There are few things which I'm going to discuss, guys. Let me share my screen. I'll be discussing it. Just give me a minute. Yay. Okay, can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
yes, sir. Basically.
So we are going to cover PCNSC, okay, which is basically Palo Alto Firewall. So Palo Alto Firewall plus Panorama. So what is Panorama? Panorama is basically managing the firewalls. If you have like multiple firewalls, like 10 firewalls or 20 firewalls, so you are not going to all the firewalls log into each of the firewalls and do the configuration. From Panorama you can manage it, like you can push those policies to the firewalls, right? And plus troubleshooting part. Now, how you are going to troubleshoot any technology, like if I talk about VPN, if I talk about policy, checking the policy, how you debug, packet capture, all those things. So PCNAC will be covering all this, okay?
So
And
it's covered SD-WAN also, SD-WAN part also.
no, SD1 part it will not cover, no. Okay. So this is the thing that we are going to cover, okay? And this will be now there are things which needs to be clear from my side as well as for your understanding as well. We are going to perform mostly all the labs from Palo Alto Firewall, okay? And there are few labs which cannot be possible. Guys, don't mute if you're not talking, okay? So there are few labs which cannot be possible due to the license, but 90% labs can be possible for Palo Alto. For Panorama, I will be showing you how to configure it, but if you want to do the practice for Panorama, you have to talk to because we have to book a official lab to do the practice of Panorama with Palo Alto. So you have to talk to NW Kings regarding that. and troubleshooting part also I'll be showing you in our lab. Okay. So it will be like the lab will be offered by Networkings. I'll be showing you the labs over there. It's a virtual environment wherein we will be having Palo Alto, and I'll be showing you the lab, the switches, routers will be there. It is kind of a emulated environment that you will be seeing. You can do your own practice as well in that particular lab. So I've created for all the topics, different labs I've created. Okay.
Hi Vikas, this is Amit.
Labs like whatever the labs we have, like you can once you can log in right now and show them that this is the topology and all, if possible.
Definitely. I'll be doing it. Okay. So
Hi Vikas, this is Amit. I have a question. Can I ask?
yeah, definitely. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So like if I just wanted to show you a minute. Okay. Yes. So you have to, like, I've created all the labs over here. Okay. And if you need some custom labs as well, we have created some custom labs. If you need, guys, I can create it for you. So let's say if I open a site-to-site VPN, you can see these labs, okay, which I have created. So you will be getting this lab to basically configure the VPN, site-to-site VPN. I'll show you how to configure it and all those things. So you will be having the recording. You can go through the recording and you can basically configure the VPN, right? And I'm there, like if you get any kind of issues or something, any doubts, you guys can reach out to me as well. Okay.
Can you show us which topic it will cover under this course?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be sharing you, or I'll be sharing with you. I guess Gaurav will be sharing with you, like what are the topics that we are going to cover, okay, during the sessions. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Amit, please tell me what was your question?
My question is that the lab you were showing, can we make such kind of labs in our system?
You can make it, but you need that system. I'll tell you what are the system requirement to build that kind of lab in your own system, and how can we basically configure in your system. I'll give you a link of a video wherein you can basically, it'll be explanation like how to set up lab in your own PC. You can do that. Okay. And if let's say if you get any kind of issue, I can help you, but I will not be able to create a lab in your PC. Like I cannot build those. Okay.
So
And
guys,
that we will create.
you can
That
take
we'll
our
create.
images and all from us. If somebody have laptop where like a bare minimum 16 or 32 GB RAM is required. Just to clarify, guys, like why people are joining our labs, because in that case they don't have to use their own laptop. Like whatever the capacity and all they're using our own our servers. But when you're creating labs on your system, the RAM like a bare minimum 16 or 32 GB is required. Because if I'm
Yes.
not wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
Will you provide image of Palo Alto?
Yes, we'll provide you the images.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, hi Amit bhai, how are you?
I'm good.
So what's the duration period of this course?
See, for weekdays, if you want to use join the weekdays batch, it will be 45 days, and for weekend batch, it will go 2 months, like 60 days or more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
what will be the
after taking the
timing
course,
Yes, yes, yes.
what will be the timing for weekend batches?
See, weekend batches, it is 10 to 11. For weekdays batches, it is 8:30 to 10 o'clock.
Morning,
8:30
8:30 to
p.m. to 10 p.m. Like it will be,
okay.
yeah,
Weekends it is 10 to 1, correct?
10 a.m. to 1 a.m. 10 p.m. Sorry. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sorry.
Okay.
This is a 3 hours class.
Yes, yeah.
So after complete the course, can we have the access of the lab?
Definitely. I guess you have to talk regarding the lab. I guess you have to talk to NW Kings. They will give you access. Yeah, regarding that.
And because balancing the side boarding,
Mm-hmm.
there is one more thing in the lab. We cannot create a custom like thing. So if I required any like particular environment, you can create it, right?
Yes,
And with me.
I'll be creating it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So as I have said it earlier, guys, that I am going to discuss about the Palo Alto, the product line. What are the products they basically offers about it? Okay, we'll be talking about that. And once you complete the Palo Alto, you will have what are the opportunities that you will be having. That we are going to discuss that as well. Okay. So as I've already covered this particular part, that Palo Alto is basically. Oh, give me 1 minute. I guess somebody's asking something. Yeah, Pramod, tell me. You're saying something because I'm not able to hear you properly. Maybe you can type your question. I'll be answering you. Okay. On the chat, you can just. Okay. So as I've already covered this part, that the product line for Palo Alto Firewall has been divided into three parts basically. Okay. One is called as Tata, one is called as Prisma, and one is called as Vortex, right? Right now, we are going to cover this. The PCNSC is all about PCNSA if you talk about, or PCNSC if you talk about, it is basically based on Stata. Stata is basically your Palo Alto Firewall plus your Panorama, okay, plus your Global Protect or other devices which is related to firewall, okay. So in the firewall, if I talk about firewall, firewall has lot of technologies. Like if you have app ID, you have user ID, you have URL filtering, you have file blocking, you have antivirus, you have spyware. There are so many things which is there in the firewall. It is not that only the firewall. Guys, multiple times, please go on mute if you're not talking.
Sir, what I'll do, I'll give you host access. You'll mute all of, and when somebody's raising a hand, then you'll unmute these guys. Okay.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much, sir. Mute all. Yes. Okay, fine. So just raise your hands if you have any questions, or you can put down your question on chat box so that I can see and I can respond to you. Okay. Now, so Starta is basically your firewall things or firewall technology. Basically, it's not you have solution for your data center. So nowadays, if you think about any enterprise solutions, it has a hybrid data center. Like some of your apps will be hosted in cloud and some of the things will be there in your on-prem. So it is kind of a hybrid kind of a solution. Okay. So you will have a data center, a piece of data center in cloud and as well as in your own data center as well, right? So if you have that kind of solution, we have a solution for firewall. If it is internet perimeter, like where the internet breakout will be happening, where you are breaking your internal network and you are going to internet, that solution is also having by Palo Alto related to the firewall. If you have branch, if you have mobile or maybe like remote kind of location sites or something, you have, or the Palo Alto is having that kind of firewall. Okay. If you want to protect your IoT, right, your 5G, they have a solution for it. If you have endpoints, like if you want to protect your endpoint or the remote users, they have a solution, right? So you just think about a scenario wherein if you want to protect with the help of firewall any kind of scenario, like it can be data center, it can be branch, it can be internet, it can be IoT, small devices, it can be virtual devices, everything, or in your end system as well can be protected with the help of Strata solution. And this is Strata solutions is basically your firewalls. We are going to focus on this and we are going to understand the Strata. Now, once you complete the Strata, because it is a basic one, you need to understand how a security works, how firewall works, you can jump into Prisma, right? So Prisma is basically your cloud solution, which is basically, if I talk about, let's say, I'll give you a very simple example. AWS, or if I talk about Azure, if I talk about GCP, what we do basically here, we are renting a server, right? Same way in Prisma also, we can rent a firewall. Okay. So we'll use the firewall for our security purpose. Okay. Once we are done with that, or let's say we have some branches, we have some users, or we have something, we can take the firewall on rent. We can use it. If those branches, if those users are not required, we'll just stop the contract. We don't want this particular firewall. So we don't have any headache to manage this particular firewall, right? We just use the features to protect our traffic. And then if it is not required, we'll just remove the firewall. We can have that solution by Palo Alto, right? We have SaaS, public cloud. So in AWS, if you have like VMs, if you want to monitor the VMs, if you are having data loss prevention over there, if you want to monitor everything in your VM environment, you have Prisma solution for it. So you can analyze your entire cloud infra with the help of Prisma. That is the reason the word is secure the cloud. Here, secure the enterprise, right? Now, the last is your Cortex, secure the future, right? Now, securing the future is basically right now we have built our network and our daily ops is running, or like daily operations are running good, right? Now, in future, we have to build some kind of intelligence, right? Intelligence for what reason? Because I want to protect our network. We need to understand the behavior of our network. We need to understand the network traffic, what kind of traffic, what is the behavior of the traffic. And accordingly, we have to build the intelligence so that if any attacks or any things or any abnormal activity which is observed by or observe in your network, that can be basically response, or that can, the intelligence can basically reply to that particular traffic, right? So, and also we have option to automate the things, because let's say if I want to automate some of the processes inside our network related to security, we can basically do with the help of automation and orchestration, right? So just think about an enterprise network. You have firewall, you have cloud, you have your security operation center, which is basically known as cyber security kind of thing. So every solution, and think about that this opportunity, or let's say a company wants to approach Palo Alto, they can get all the solution related to security, right? Whatever it is. And last, you have data lake. So if you get a log from this, if you get a log from this, if you get a log from this, you can pour all the logs in data lake. You can store the logs in the data lake. Okay, right? So this is the solution they are having, guys, for the enterprise thing, which I've discussed right now. Okay.
Hi, sir. Again, this side.
Yes, yes.
Sir, so Sarata is, do we call it Sarata or I don't know what's the pronunciation? Anyways, so it is for the end users or for protecting the end users or what?
And you are asking about endpoints, is it?
Yeah. Does it come under the Sarata? Does it cover all these which are in the left side you have shown?
Yes, everything will be covered. Yeah, related to firewall. So in firewall, we have something like called as Global Protect, right? It's a remote solution, like how we have Cisco AnyConnect. Okay,
Right.
so they have a client, Global Protect client. That client will basically protect your end machine. We have that configuration that we can do. It can protect your endpoint as well.
Okay.
Hello, Vikas sir. Hello.
Yes, guys.
Hello.
Yes, yeah.
So basically, the Palo Alto, they provide the three products to us: Startup, Prisma, and that Vortex, right? And they have some features. It is you mentioned the hybrid data center and all of this, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Sir, मेरा question था कि Prisma जो है, in that they provide it like similar to Zscaler, no? That firewalling setup in cloud, right?
Yes. They have those things like the SASE environment, as well as they have extra as well, like monitoring the SaaS things or public cloud and all.
ओके और अगर सपोज मेरा सिस्टम ऑन प्रीमाइसेस पे है और मेरा फायरवॉल क्लाउड पे सेटअप है, लाइक प्रिज्मा का मैंने कोई सब्सक्रिप्शन लिया हुआ है, तो मेरा ट्रैफिक पहले क्लाउड के पास जाएगा, उसके बाद मेरे डेस्टिनेशन पे जाएगा। इस तरह से ये वर्क करता है क्या?
Yes.
Prisma?
So basically, if you have taken a firewall like Prisma firewall, okay, so that directly it will go to the particular firewall, and then firewall will basically analyze your traffic, checks whether you have access or according to the policy, it allows or denies the connection. Yeah.
ओके एंड स्टार्टर में हमारा फायरवॉल इट्स सेटअप इन फिजिकल आई मीन ऑन प्रीमाइसेस,
It can
लाइक
be physical, it can be VM. It is
वी
managed by you. That
एंड एंड
that particular.
हाउ
Yeah.
इट कवर द हाइब्रिड डेटा सेंटर, इट सेटअप इन द एज ऑफ डेटा सेंटर?
It is just an example, like hybrid data center. Most of the companies are following this particular model, hybrid data center. They have few things on the cloud, there are a few things in the on-prem.
Okay. And
That
what is that data lake? Data lake, that is a new thing. Okay.
which one? Which one?
Data lake.
Data lake is just a log storage.
Okay.
विकास सर जस्ट माय क्वेश्चन, जैसे प्रिज्मा की बात करें तो वो उस केस में आपको एप्लीकेशन कोई या सॉफ्टवेयर कुछ इंस्टॉल करना पड़ेगा आपको मशीन पे?
किस पे, कौन सा?
अगर सपोज कीजिए हमने कोई प्रिज्मा का लाइसेंस ले लिया और मैं ऑफिस में बैठा हूँ तो या वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर रहा हूँ, तो पहले मेरा ट्रैफिक क्लाउड पे जाता है, फिर फायरवॉल पे हिट करेगा, तो उस केस में मुझे कोई एप्लीकेशन इंस्टॉल करनी पड़ेगी अपने लैपटॉप में या मशीन में जो उससे कम्युनिकेट करे बिटवीन
First, it will communicate to that. Yeah, correct. Yeah. नहीं तो वो कैसे कनेक्ट होगा?
यस दैट्स माय क्वेश्चन।
Okay.
हम लोग इसमें से स्टार्टा का ये कवर करना आ रहा है ना?
हम वी आर गोइंग टू कवर द स्टार्टा। जब हम लोग इस चीज को अच्छे से पढ़ लेंगे, देन वी कैन मूव टू प्रिज्मा और कोटेक्स, बिकॉज दिस इज द बेसिक थिंग्स, राइट? वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हाउ फायरवॉल वर्क्स, हाउ सिक्योरिटी थिंग्स वर्क्स, एंड देन विल मूव ऑन टू अदर एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ इट।
गॉट इट।
हाँ विकास, तो ये ऑल दीज में मतलब हमारा जो कुरिकुलम होगा उसमें स्टार्टा का पार्ट ही कवर है या सारा?
सब स्टार्टा कवर होगा। इसके लिए अलग वी हैव अ करिकुलम, डिफरेंट करिकुलम है। देन फॉर कोटेक्स वी हैव डिफरेंट करिकुलम। इट यू डोंट थिंक से कि ये बहुत छोटा है, इट इज़ वेरी बिग। और कोटेक्स भी बहुत बड़ा है। लाइक मैं अगर इफ ड्यूरिंग द क्लासेस आई विल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग यू एक एक एग्जांपल, आई विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट कोटेक्स एंड प्रिज्मा, यू विल बी सरप्राइज कि देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स विच वी कैन डू विद दिस।
ओके।
तो ये छोटा ऐसा नहीं कि एक छोटा सा टॉपिक है, इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट, इट इज अ होल थिंग्स। ओके ओके, सो लेट्स मूव ऑन गाइस। नाउ Palo Alto has a very important key element. What does a key element means over here? That for an example, let's say there is some principle that needs to be taken care while the firewall processes the traffic or checks the traffic, which is key element which is created by Palo Alto Networks. Now, first thing is complete visibility. So I can see what is coming inside the firewall, right? It can be anything. If I can see what is coming, I can basically understand what is improper, what is proper, what is legitimate, what is illegitimate, right? For an example, if you are in a room, and if you know what are the things in the room, if somebody takes something from that particular room, you will at least understand that this is what. So if you have complete visibility, you can at least recognize what kind of act. So basically you have a visibility from your all layers. So if you can understand all the layers like layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 5, layer 6, layer 7, if you understand it, now if in any kind of header, if you see any illegitimate parameter, you can basically stop over there, or you can understand either it is a legitimate or illegitimate, right? So, and if I feed some of the information in Palo Alto Firewall, if you see this particular parameter, it's attack. If you see this kind of behavior, it is attack. So he knows about what kind of improper activities. And if he doesn't know what kind of activity, what kind of behavior it is, if he doesn't know, he'll just block it. He'll just remove it. I'll show you. There are so many technologies which is there, which basically do this, which we are going to cover during the classes. Okay. So just think about if something is coming, which is known by Palo Alto, if it is unknown, he'll just drop that particular traffic. So this is the key element firewall or Palo Alto Networks follows it. Okay. Which I know I'll be allowing, which I don't know, I'll not be allowing it. As simple as that. Okay. So the most of the information will be fed to PAN-OS. Okay. Now we'll explore more of those things into that area, that as a portfolio. Okay. So securing the enterprise, guys. What is securing the enterprise? Meaning that when you have a startup, what are the product that basically Palo Alto offers? In startup, we have VM devices, we have CN devices, which I'm going to talk about, guys. Okay, don't worry about that. And we have a physical devices as well. Okay, we have a subscription module as well. There are few, it's not that you have to take all the subscription. You have standard subscription, you have premium subscription, you have wildfire license subscription. There are so many other subscriptions are there which you can go with. It's not that all the firewalls needs to have all the subscription. No. Yeah. You have Panorama. Okay. Panorama will be managing the firewalls centrally through that Panorama. You can manage multiple firewalls, right? Even you can store the logs over there. So one screen, you are pushing the policies from Panorama to the firewall. At the same time, you are collecting the logs and you can troubleshoot from Panorama itself by seeing the logs, right? So with the one screen, you are managing multiple firewalls. I'll just give you an example. Panorama can manage up to 1,000 firewalls. Okay. It is just a single license, which I've talked about. There are so many things which you can do with the. Okay. Now we have something called as wildfire. Wildfire is also, you can have a blade which can be activated, like it is a feature inside the Palo Alto, or you can have a physical device. Now what it does is basically analyzes your files. It is a malware detection feature, okay, which basically detects or prevent unknown threats. Okay. Now you have global protect. Okay. So Global Protect is nothing but your remote solution. Maybe you might have heard about Cisco AnyConnect or 40 client, or you have Checkpoint clients. There are so many other companies out there which offers remote solution. Like the user is working from home, they can log into enterprise network and they can do their work from anywhere, not from only from home, from anywhere part of the world, right? Now you have Prisma Access, which I have already talked about, guys, which is basically renting the firewall on, and it is offered by Palo Alto, guys, which you can manage through remote sites, or like this can be allowing the remote sites or the mobile user connect to Prisma Access, and from there the whatever the configuration or whatever the policies are there, they might connect to internet, they might connect to data center, or they might connect to cloud, right? So it works similar how a Palo Alto firewall works. Okay. Only the configuration part will be a little different from there and there. Okay. Now, guys, as we already know about the Prisma Access, okay, let's talk about Prisma Cloud and SaaS. Okay. Now, Prisma SaaS is it? If I talk about SaaS, the best example can be Office 365. Most of the companies uses Office 365. Okay. So there are so many companies which uses Office 365. It means that, let's say if you work for Pepsi, if you work for Apple, if you work for Google, okay, for an example. Now, not Google will be using their own product, but I'm just talking about, if all are using Office 365 instead, the Office 365 will be stored somewhere, right? It will be maybe in the same server. Two partners are using, or different servers, you have a different so it basically how a contract works with you, your company, and Microsoft, right? Now there, if you leak your data, because you are saving some of the data, you are sending emails, you are putting your calendars, so many things are there which you are storing at a SaaS, right? So to have the data protection, governance, compliance, you can use Prisma SaaS for that, right? Prisma Cloud is basically if you want to monitor your VMs, if you want to monitor your compliance into the VM infra, you can basically use the Prisma Cloud. This is your basically you have taken a rent an infra from AWS or Azure, and this is basically a software which is basically hosted in Microsoft environment. So SaaS and cloud are different things, right? Now, in this, you are basically monitoring your VMs, you are maintaining the compliance, data protection, and all those things, right? Now, security things, storage things, and all, right? So you will be using the Prisma Cloud services for that. Yes. Yeah, Pramod, you are about to say something? Okay. No, Sumesh, I guess. Sumesh is.
Yeah, is something like enable and central?
Example can be?
No, this is Prisma is like something like a monitoring tool like N Central.
Basically, what happens is if you talk about Prisma have their different uh, products in Prisma itself, right? Now, this is renting a firewall. This is monitoring your own cloud, and this is monitoring the SaaS, right? So they have different products for different services or products you can think about for different scenarios. Okay.
Can you tell me any other platform like Prisma? Because I never heard about Prisma before.
Platform in sense?
Any other firm which gives same
services.
It is Zscaler.
Zscaler will give you that.
Okay.
So many other companies are there. Even you have in the race that Cisco is also coming. I guess they have FortiGate as well. They have that solution, but they are not very mature.
Cisco is having Umbrella as well.
Yes, Umbrella they are having. Okay, so there are so many companies are there which is basically coming into that particular race because enterprise is moving into that particular space now. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Now we'll talk about cyber security. Cyber security is like securing the future, which is Cortex, nothing but. Okay. So here basically we are building our intelligence. If I talk about autofocus, XDR, or prevent, this is just to build an build our intelligence and protect the illegitimate traffic. Okay, this is the service which is offered by Palo Alto. XOR is basically a automation or orchestration, basically. Okay, so from there were like maybe you might have heard about Ansible Tower. Yes or no? No. So if you have not heard about Ansible Towers, and that is also orchestration thing. Same way, we have XOR. It is not similar to Ansible. It is just orchestration tool as well, and it does more than that. You can do automation of so many things. It is not a single thing that you are going to implement configuration to the firewall. No. Apart from that, it has lot many things. Okay. And as I was telling about the data lake, it is just a cloud-based centralized log storage, okay, for your enterprise. Let's say from that particular log, if you want to build some kind of intelligence, you can also do with this particular log as well, right? Because you can store your logs for certain days, but if you take have a log storage in the cloud, you can store more data over there, and you can basically build intelligence based on those data information. Okay.
सर ये वॉर्टेक्स अगर सीखने के लिए जाते हैं तो उससे पहले कोडिंग और ऑटोमेशन के बारे में पता होना जरूरी है.
Yes, you should know about cyber security you can learn about, but if you want to understand automation, you should have some language understanding. Basically the Pan OS works in XML language, so agar aapko, if you know that particularly, it will be great to understand those logic. Okay. Now just think about how flexible the architecture of Pan OS, because it can fit in any kind of scenario or any kind of device, which we are going to talk about, right? It can be fit in hardware, it can be fit in virtual, which is basically a software, and it can be fitted under cloud services. Okay, so we are going to talk about each of the space in upcoming slides. Okay, so we'll discuss about that. Okay, so don't worry about this. First of all, we'll talk about the physical devices. So physical devices can be, you can see all this. Now, as you can see over here, network parameters, small branches, or large data centers, right? If you see this large data centers, this is dedicated for your data center devices. This is for network parameter, like where your internet breakout can be happen. And this is for basically a branch or remote sites. Okay, so you can implement this. So accordingly, it has been designed that for every requirement, we can have a different firewall for different requirements, right? Now, whatever red that you see, it is basically end of life. It will be replaced with some other series, which I have not posted or updated this one. Right now it is end of life, and they are going to end the support as well as they are going to end the device production. They have already ended the production. So after end of life, there will be no support of those devices, right? Virtual system. So let's say for an example, you have physical device and you want to segregate device into two virtual device, which is VCs. I can say VCS1 and VISI2. So if I want to make two virtual systems with one physical device, like I have a physical firewall, one physical firewall. I want to segregate to multiple firewalls, virtual firewalls. I can make with the help of virtual systems. Okay. This
This is just like VDOM, right?
Yes, VDOM. Absolutely. So this can only be possible in physical devices. It cannot be possible in virtual because they are into virtual. How can we make again a virtual machine? It is not possible, right? So this can only be possible in physical environment. It is not possible in virtual environment, right? The VM devices, it is not possible. Okay. Now this practical, the VM is we cannot perform because we have virtual devices. Okay. Now there is no difference, right? You are just segregating the physical devices into multiple. The working principle will be different. Like you will assign few interfaces to this, few interfaces to this, and you will be configuring the same way how you configure a physical device. That's all. The only thing is every time whenever you are configuring, you will be selecting the virtual devices. That's all. Virtual systems. No much difference that you will see in this. Okay.
सर ये इसमें थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हुआ मुझे कि ये हम लोग जो फायरवॉल होता है उसको सेग्रीगेट करेंगे क्या वर्चुअली, या फिर एक अपना सर्वर लेके सर्वर में वीएम अपना ये पैलो का वीएम इंस्टॉल करके उसको सेग्रीगेट करेंगे?
जब हम लोग उसको वर्चुअल में जो वर्चुअल इन्वायरमेंट लाइक सर्वर में जब हम लोग वीएम इंस्टॉल करते हैं उसको हम लोग वर्चुअल डिवाइस बोलते हैं, लाइक वीएम डिवाइसेस. ठीक है. लेकिन अगर एक फिजिकल डिवाइस को अगर हम लोग सेग्रीगेट करते हैं वर्चुअल सिस्टम में तो उसको वीसीएस बोलते हैं.
सर मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है कि जो पैलो जो फायरवॉल है वो फिजिकल डिवाइस है हमारे पास, उसको हम लोग वर्चुअली सेग्रीगेट नहीं कर सकते ना डिफरेंट डिफरेंट. उसके लिए हमको अगर ये वर्चुअली करना है तो सर्वर चाहिए होगा ना, सर्वर पे हम लोग इंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं इसके लिए.
नहीं, हम लोग कर सकते हैं वही तो वर्चुअल सिस्टम है ना. फिजिकल डिवाइस को मल्टीपल वर्चुअल सिस्टम में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए वी यूज वर्चुअल सिस्टम. वही तो मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको.
पैरेलल टू फायरवॉल जो फिजिकल डिवाइस होता है उसको हम लोग ऐसे डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ये फायरवॉल में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं वर्चुअली.
Yes, ये तो वर्चुअल सिस्टम दैट इज कॉल्ड वर्चुअल सिस्टम.
ओके. और ये होता कैसे है?
That's what simple है, like how we convert a VDOM. अगर आपने काम किया होगा, if you know VDOM and all. So basically हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग वर्चुअल सिस्टम बना करके इंटरफेसेस, जैसे मान लीजिए it is a Palo Alto firewall. Let's say we have 4 interfaces. Okay, I'll convert this into, I'll say Ethernet 1 and 2 will be in virtual system 1 and 3 and 4 will be in virtual system 2. Right?
Similar like a VLAN.
Huh?
Similar like a VLAN, no? VLAN से भी हम लोग यही करते हैं.
Yes, similar like VLAN.
एक्चुअली एक वीएम ही है वो. एक्चुअली वो वीएम अलग अलग वीएम हो जाएगा. ठीक है. लेकिन उसको हम लोग वीएम नहीं बोलते, हम लोग वर्चुअल सिस्टम.
Segregating the VLAN. It's the same.
ठीक है.
ओके.
ऐसा नहीं कि विल बी बिकमिंग एचए और विल बी फॉर्मिंग एन एचए विद वर्चुअल सिस्टम. वो दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल एट ऑल. ओके. So don't think in that particular way. I'm just telling it's a single device, physical single device. We are converting logically into 2 devices. That's all.
Okay.
जैसे हम लोग सब इंटरफेस बनाते हैं, एक ही इंटरफेस हमें दिखता है.
वही
converting to 2 interfaces.
Right. So got it.
Can you tell me where this is applicable? I mean, where at what condition we need virtual
Two firewalls. I mean,
Basically, let's say for an example, I can say you in that particular way, if you have a hosting environment, okay, and you have multiple customers. So hosting environment is like you have your own data center and you have multiple customers. They have put it their own devices in your data center, or maybe they are hosting some of the application in your data center, right? To segregate the traffic, you have a physical device and you can segregate to multiple devices so that the traffic separation will be happening for different partner for different things. Okay.
okay, that means if we have the firewall and if we have two clients,
Firewall.
we don't need to buy two hardware.
Yes. So let's say this is used by Apple. This is used by Pepsi. This is used by Coke, or this is used by Google. So you have a one physical device and you have segregated to multiple virtual system. Now they are using their own application over here. Okay. And it will not be conflicting with other customer or other user or partner.
Yeah, hello, hi Vikas sir. Am I audible?
You are breaking.
So indicated
Hello.
Packet drop.
Basically, you can say that this is kind of a shared firewall or shared services. Any ISPs
Absolutely.
or any data centers that can offer shared firewall. So the pricing
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
pricing
Arjun,
will
tell me.
generally be low as compared to having a dedicated
Hello.
service for those.
Yes, you are.
For those
Yeah, it is like Cisco VDC in Nexus.
Yeah, you can say BDC. Yeah, you can say like that.
That is option like 40 gate VDOM option. Right?
VDOM option is there. Yeah. Yeah, Arjun, tell me.
Same thing.
You are about to say something from long time. Yeah, tell me, Arjun.
No, I am joining late, so that's why I inform you that.
Okay.
So,
No worries.
yeah.
Because how many virtual system you can create into a single firewall?
Yeah, it depends on the model again. What model that you're using. It can be two. The smaller device, it can go 8 or 16. It depends on the dataset, whatever the latest dataset you can refer to. It will be written how many virtual system it can support.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You can see, guys. Now this is we have talked about physical device. Now it's a VM device. Okay. Now VM will be installed in server, right? Do you guys know what is hypervisor?
so servers can
Yes,
connect with them.
yes,
Integrated
we know.
Yes.
Yes,
What
we
is
know.
hypervisor? Example?
VMware
Microsoft
and,
virtual
your
machine.
VMware.
VMware. Yeah.
Hypervisor is the one. It is used for the virtual machine.
Correct. So hypervisor, what it does is basically whatever the physical resource that you are having, it basically allocates to the VMs. Okay. So in hypervisor, you have multiple VMs and this hypervisor will allocate resources to this particular VMs, virtual machines. Okay. Now these are the virtual machine where you are going to install the PAN OSs, right? Now, as you can see, guys, that VM 500, VM 300, 700, 150, right? So all these VMs have their own capabilities, own way to have throughput, all these things, right? So it requires, for an example, if I talk about the smaller one, the VM50, it requires only 2 CPU cores and 4 GB of RAM and 32 GB of hard disk. Okay. It can support till 300 connections per second. The throughput is 100 Mbps. And if you enable app ID, the firewall throughput will be 200 Mbps. What does a throughput mean? Do you guys know about it?
processing
Throughput
the
is
conflict of the
basically
device.
internet connectivity. Means how much traffic is passing through a gateway device or firewall.
Capacity of the device that it can process.
Capacity of the device.
Capacity of device, how fast it can process the traffic, because it will go through checking the policy, checking the application control, URL filtering, so many things, right? So how fast it can process. Now think about this 8 GB. So this is the speed of the traffic, or the, let's say for an example, this is VM device and I have put a 100 Mbps link. Does it make any sense? No, right? It can fit or it can process up to 8 GB. If you have 10 GB, 10 gig of link, that makes sense, right? But in this case, it can process only 100 Mbps, and if you are putting 10 Gbps of link, what, it doesn't make any sense, because the processing power it not there. How it will send the traffic, right? So throughput is nothing but how fast a device can process a traffic, right? So if you are enabling some of the feature, most of the time, like, it is very obvious that the traffic processing will be little slower, as simple as that, right? So this is how your requirement of VM will be there, like this.
Your voice is breaking.
Guys, you're breaking, guys. Yes. Tell me again. Okay. Maybe you can put down your question on chat or something if you have anything.
सर अभी हम लोग जो लैब करने वाले हैं वो VM सीरीज वाली इसके ऊपर
Yes.
ही करेंगे ना?
VM, yeah. We are going to do in VM, yeah.
बहुत बेसिक वाले पे करेंगे एडवांस.
Yes, that it can support up to everything. You don't need to worry ki it will be very less, because we are not handling the enterprise traffic. So don't worry about that. Ki it'll not be literally having problems or something. No, don't worry about that.
Okay, sir.
Is there any free trial versions for any of these?
Any of the?
Any of these VM series?
Yes, the VM50 we are going to.
Hello.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we
can we try it on VirtualBox? I mean, can we do they have any trial versions?
We have a demo, which I'm going to discuss. Okay.
Yeah. Hi, because actually what I'm asking you, we will receive lab access ID, na? So when you are going to share us, how we will access the lab?
Okay. So I've already given that particular information at the start of the class. So if you have missed it, those information, maybe you can just go through, because it's a live session. So if I repeat this, like, it will be a repetitive. You can go through. If you are not able to understand in the classes, I'll be explaining very detailed. Like, one session is very much dedicated for creating lab, how to access, how to turn on, how to turn off, how to troubleshoot, how to configure everything. I'll be covering it. Don't worry.
I am asking you how we will access the logs. Means any that will be in our accounts login ID, or
I
that's things
guess,
I'm asking.
yeah, login ID. That login ID will be provided by NW Kings. You have to talk to NW Kings regarding that. Yeah.
Okay.
Get the account ID. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Now we have something called as CN devices. So CN devices or CN firewalls are very small firewalls. Do you guys heard about Kubernetes? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. I have
What
heard.
is that?
Okay, that is a one kind of containers. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so we will use for that. Means container. The Kubernetes means it is a containers. Basically used for the Linux kind of setup.
Correct.
Am I right?
Like, I can say a very smaller than VM devices. More like VM devices are like little bit large, like the physical device, the physical server, then VM, then Kubernetes, like smaller nodes or something. I can just think about it. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So as you said correctly, it is container only. Okay. Smaller device. Now that is smaller device also initiates traffic, right? Because you will be running some of the services over there, right? Now, to protect their traffic, we have a smaller series of firewall, which is known as CN series firewalls. right? And it can also provide up to layer 7 visibility, DNS security, application control, segmentation, and advanced threat protection. So don't underestimate key. It is very smaller device and it will not support anything. It will support all the features. Okay. Still you can create policy. Still you can do application filtering. You can have layer 7 visibility. It can also. So if you have virtual environment, you have VM series devices. If you have physical environment, physical devices. If you have Kubernetes environment, you have CN devices. It's not that it is very much different than, it's also running PAN-OS, but it is a different version of PAN-OS. The way you configure a physical or VM devices, I'll show you, like maybe if you have a physical environment, like physical devices in your office, you access the physical device and you access the VM device, you will not feel any kind of difference apart from interface things. Okay, all the configuration remains the same. Even if you configure a CN devices, it will be same. Little bit here and there will be there. There are few things which will not be there because it is a small device, so some limitation you will be seeing there. But the configuration, like creating a policy or something, will be same. Okay.
सर इसका
Yes,
थ्रूपुट
yes.
कितना होता होगा? थ्रूपुट तो काफी कम होता होगा उसका.
ये इसका कहाँ मिलता होगा?
थ्रूपुट प्रोसेसिंग कैपेबिलिटी.
इसका प्रोसेसिंग कितना रहता होगा? यू
हाँ,
वांट
या
processing actually the device requirement I have to see because I'm unable to recall that particularly. I'll get you those information. Don't worry
और
about it.
सर वन मोर थिंग, ये कहाँ पे यूज होती होगी, मतलब इसका कोई एग्जांपल है कि मतलब कहाँ रियलिटी में यूज होता भी है कि बस ऐसे ही बना हुआ है सीएम सीरीज?
In application development.
और सर सीएन का मतलब क्या होता है? मतलब सीएन, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ सीएन?
CN stands for I guess cluster nodes or something, cluster node series, something like that. Okay. If I'm not able to, if I'm recalling is correctly, that is a cluster.
So this is basically, I mean, using cluster protection only.
Cluster
This is used for particular cluster protection.
Yeah, you can say like that. Cluster nodes basically they will refer to. These are the things. Okay. And where the if you like, I guess if you go to any kind of application development or any kind of hosting environment or any kind of service environment, like if you go, you will see the Kubernetes environment over there. Okay, so Kubernetes is nothing but there are so many things which is basically running right now as a container based. Like if I can explain from the software point of view, it is like maybe I'm not sure like from the how to explain you about the software environment, like how the container use. I can tell you the way how an application works. Okay, it is basically a smaller version of it. Like maybe you can just go through a video about the see from the Palo Alto point of view, there is no much difference. Only the traffic needs to be inspected. But from application development or it will be a little different from what we built in the virtual environment. I can say like that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Now we have something called as K2 series firewall. So K2 series firewall is basically it is for the big factories. You guys know about factories. The factory will be like it will be 2 kilometer of radius. They will be setting up those factory. Now there will be some offices. There will be production area. There will be manufacturing area. There are so many other things will be there, right? Now these traffic or this devices, like there are few devices will be there here and there in all over the places in the factory. Now they should be connected to each other. Now, if you are in office, right, what happens is you can put your access points and you will be connected to access points. That is fine. But in factory, there will be some open space, there will be some offices, there will be something. So all the devices cannot be possible with the access point. So they'll put some towers over there, right? In the tower also, you can put the K5 devices over there. K2 series, sorry, not K5, K2 series devices you can put. And this is also a firewall, your Palo Alto firewalls. Okay, you can put it in the, maybe you guys have worked on some of the oil refinery companies. They will have these kind of scenarios. In the towers, they will put the firewalls and all, right? They have the requirement, right? So that kind of the K2 device you can, because how much the product has been ready, how much it will be in the process, that counts, or that information needs to be communicated to headquarter as well, because they need to get a daily update that what is the progress, how much it is completed. Though they need to know about that. So they have to be connected to internet to build a VPN tunnel, or to build or send this particular information to headquarter or something like that. So to provide the security of their traffic, we'll use K2 series firewall. Again, at the same time, it also provides App ID, IPS, antivirus, anti-spyware, and malware analysis, and also everything it can be. And with the help of it, is not only all the devices which is there in the factory. Like in factory, you might have seen, guys, some IoT devices will be there, small code bar scanner. Those devices will be there, right? So if you complete a product, you will just scan the code. Once you scan the code, it will basically takes account that this product is completed. That information will goes to your tower, and then from tower it will go to headquarters, that they will be getting those updated that this product has been completed, something like that. Okay. Yeah, somebody was raising hand, I guess.
Yeah. So here in this diagram we have 3 K2, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like an additional security, or it's for better coverage?
Not better coverage. This is for security.
What if we do not have the first 2 firewall and we only have the one on the right side?
Okay, this is just a representation. It is not that we have multiple 3 firewalls. This is just a representation. Okay.
So why we not prefer previous firewall here? मतलब वो पहले जो हम लोग पहले वाला फायरवॉल यूज कर रहे थे वो यहाँ पे क्यों नहीं यूज कर सकते?
फायरवॉल यूज नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज आप फैक्ट्री एनवायरनमेंट, इफ यू माइट हैव विजिट फैक्ट्री एनवायरनमेंट, और इफ यू कुड हैव मैनेज द फैक्ट्री एनवायरनमेंट, a firewall where you are going to put the firewall. It is basically, it is the perimeter where you are connecting the internet firewall, or maybe you have wireless internet connection with ISP. So you will be filtering at that particular location where you are sending the traffic, and you are filtering the traffic and sending to the internet at the last stage, right?
Okay, means ये टावर के थ्रू आईएसपी के साथ कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that these kind of firewalls was not there before, like 10 years, or it was from different vendors. They will be putting, I have worked on some lot of oil refinery centers where they will have this kind of scenarios. The firewalls will be put it on the towers to filter the traffic. Okay.
तो टावर के नीचे डब्बा लटका देते हैं.
तो सर ये फिजिकल फायरवॉल होगा, आई मीन आउटडोर फायरवॉल
नहीं है,
लाइक दैट?
Okay. It is just to show you ki it has next generation core as well. Like to process the traffic, it has processor and all. Right? Okay. Now I was talking about the SASE, the secure access, secure edge. Okay. This is our Palo Alto firewall, which is basically getting the Palo Alto firewall on rent. So if you are taking Palo Alto firewall as a network as a service, you can do SD-WAN, you can do IPS VPN, IPsec VPN, QoS, SSL VPN, policy-based routing, and network as a service. But if you take as security, you can do so many things. Your SSL decryption, sandboxing, data filtering, and all those things, right? So this is a Prisma access which you can access from anywhere. You will just log in there, and as per the policy that you have created, you will be allowed to do this. Okay. So you have physical environment, we have firewall. We have virtual environment, we have firewall. We have container-based environment, we have a firewall. You have factory environment, we have firewall. You need rent firewall on rent, we have. So Palo Alto is having all the solution for all the environment. Now, this is what the flexible architecture is. The PAN OS can be fit in any kind of scenario, like the smaller device, the bigger device, and the biggest device as well, right? It's not that we are running something in VM, we are running something in physical. No, they are having the same PAN OS. Here and there, something will be there. That's all.
Hello, yeah, hello, Vikas. What I'm asking you, today's lecture is only demo lecture, no? Am I right?
It's day one basically. It is just a understanding
Day
of
one or a demo?
Day one is like kind of we are not going to we have not covered the firewall. We just covered about the company, what devices they offer. That's all. We need to understand, like once we start the course, we should know
So
what company we are.
this recording, yeah, just yeah.
Okay. So this is what it is for today, guys.
No, what I'm asking you, yeah, listen. Now. What I'm asking you, this I will get this recording, no, because I missed 1 hour's lecture. That's why.
I have told you multiple times, Arjun, we have this recording live on YouTube. You can check today's or Thursday, both the videos, which is available on YouTube. You can go to NW King's YouTube channel. You can go to the live section and you will see both the videos.
It's not chargeable.
Now, right
Okay,
now.
okay, 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 okay.
Okay. Any other questions, guys?
From tomorrow, will class 3 hours?